Hello, this is Dr. Monica B. Mohide and I welcome you all to our second session on linear differential equations, and thank you for watching our first video, and also I had provided the PDF link in the video itself. So now let us start our second session, that is rules to find complementary function. So let us get started with this. So already we know the nature of the roots can be in any of the three forms. So how the nature of the roots can be? So first it can be, the roots can be real and distinct. So once we find the nature of the roots can be real and distinct, it can be real and equal, or it can be complex or imaginary. So writing CF totally depends on the nature of the roots. First case, that is the roots are real and distinct. Suppose the roots are real and distinct. Suppose two roots are there, m1 and m2, which are totally different. That is m1, two roots, m1 and m2. So two roots are there, m1 and m2. Then how to write our CF? Then CF is written in the form of solution, that is y equal to two roots m1, m2. So we will be having two constants, and how is the fashion? C1 e raised to m1x plus C2 e raised to m2x. So we will be solving examples based on this. So let me tell you directly how to write the CF for case 1, that is roots are real and distinct. So two roots m1 and m2, so two constants C1 and C2. Suppose three roots m1, m2, m3, all the three are real and different or distinct. Then our CF, that is the solution, will contain three constants C1, C2, C3, and how the form will be? Same form, y equal to three roots, three constants C1 e raised to m1x plus C2 e raised to m2x plus C3 e raised to m3x. Suppose n roots are there, that is m1, m2, so on, mn, and all the roots are different. Then how is the CF? For n roots, that is m1, m2, 2mn, and all are different. Then in the same fashion, how we can write? Y equal to C1 e raised to m1x plus C2 e raised to m2x plus dash 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 plus Cn e raised to mnx. So this is for case 1, real and distinct. Suppose if the roots are real and distinct, then our complementary function is written in this form based on number of roots. What is second case? How the nature of the roots can be real and equal, or in other words you can call as real and repeated, right? Suppose the roots are real and equal or repeated roots. Suppose two roots m1, m2, both are equal or repeated two times. Then how I can write CF? Y equal to, so two roots, two constants will come, but how the fashion is? Ascending power of x, C1 plus C2x e power mx. So two roots real and equal, then how we have to write? C1 plus C2x e raised to mx. Suppose three roots, that is all the three are equal, m2, m3, all are equal to m. Then how we can write CF? Again ascending power of x up to C3, three constants for three roots. So m3 are there. So we have to write three constants, C1 plus C2x plus C3x square e raised to mx. In the same way, so what we are doing, ascending power of x when it is real and equal, or in other words, if they are repeated roots, real repeated roots. Now, if n roots are there, that is m1 equal to m2, all are equal to mn, all equal to m, then how we can write the CF? Same fashion. So how I can write y equal to c1 plus c2x plus dash 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 plus up to cn x raised to n minus 1 e raised to mx. So this is for case 1, real and distinct. So very easy it is to remember, right? So for 2 roots, for n roots, and real and equal, when it is real and equal, how you have to write? In ascending power of x. So this is for 2 roots and this is for n roots. Now what about case 3? Case 3 is nothing but complex or imaginary, or you can call that as a plus or minus IB form. So third is nothing but complex or imaginary, or you can call as a plus or minus IB form. This is nothing but case 3. When it is complex, then how is your CF is written as? CF can be written as y equal to e raised to ax c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx. So this is the form for complex roots. Suppose if the roots are complex, then we can write as e raised to x c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx. So actually all this calculation is there, but for our sake, if we just remember the result, it is going to be easy. So that is the reason directly I am going to discuss the cases, right? So complex, if it is a distinct one root, we are supposed to write like this: a plus or minus ib raised to x c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx, right? Now suppose 2 complex roots are there which are distinct, then you can write as, suppose a1 plus ib1, a2 plus ib2, then you can write as e raised to a1x c1 cos b1x plus c2 sin b1x plus e raised to a2x, c1 c2 is over, next is c3 cos b2x plus c4 sin b2x. Suppose complex roots, 2 complex roots which are equal, then how you can write? Then you have to follow this. So in wherever constants are there, you have to replace by this: 2 equal complex roots. So in the same way, how I can write? E raised to x, 2 complex equal roots. So instead of c1, I can write as c1 plus c2x as it is cos bx plus c1 c2 I have written. Next is c3. So instead of c2, I will write again same fashion: c3 plus c4x as it is sin bx. So these are the rules to find complementary function. Based on the nature of the roots, we are going to write our CF. So how the nature can be? When it is real and distinct, then we are going to write in this form, that is c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x and so on, based on the number of roots. And when it is real and equal, we are going to follow this. And if it is complex, then we are going to follow this. Distinct complex, we are going to follow this. Repeated complex, we are going to follow in this way. So this is for rules to find CF. Now let us see working procedure to find solution for homogeneous equations. Solution for homogeneous equations. So solution for homogeneous equations. So already we know when I say homogeneous, RHS value is 0. So what about my solution? complete solution is nothing but, what is my complete solution? It is nothing but y equal to CF, that is nothing but complementary function. So what is the working procedure? So working procedure. Firstly you need to find whether the given equation is correct. That is, it is given in the form f dy equal to capital X. Then we can consider the auxiliary equation f of d. Consider f of d, that is auxiliary equation f of d equal to 0. Solve for d. So how to solve for d? So very easy it is going to be. Firstly you have to see whether the given equation can be written in the standard algebraic identity form. So what all algebraic identity forms it can be written into? I'll just give you a list. So firstly, a plus b whole square, it can be given in this form. So you have to remember this formula, so which is a very easy one and which we have been following. A minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. What about third? A square minus b square, a plus b, a minus b, a plus b whole cube, a cube plus 3ab into a plus b plus b cube. And what about a minus b whole cube, a cube minus 3ab into a minus b cube. And what about we are left with a cube plus b cube, a plus b, a square minus ab plus b square. And seventh one, a cube minus b cube. So what is this? A minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. And one more last one, what is this? A plus b plus c whole square, which everybody knows, a square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca plus b square plus c square. So based on the given problem, we have to see whether we can express in any of the standard forms, that is algebraic identity forms. So we must be remembering all these 8 forms and we have to see whether it can be expressed in any of these forms, right? Because we have to solve for d. Or if it is quadratic, that is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. If it is in quadratic form, then we can solve by factor method. That is, multiplication should give AC, addition should give B. We have to choose 2 factors such that multiplication should give the coefficient of A and C, and that 2 factors when we add, it has to give the value of B, right? Or you can go to, so this is factor method. If it is quadratic, you have to go to factor method or discriminant method. What is discriminant method? We are well aware with that. Root, that is b equal to minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. So firstly, algebraic identity we have to go. Next, if it is quadratic, we have to go to factor method or discriminant method. Or if the power is more than 2, that is 3, 4, then 3, 4 or 5, then we have to go to synthetic division. So synthetic division, how we have to solve? So by inspection we have to find one root, that is put d equal to 1 or d equal to minus 1 and check whether the root, that is the value you get as 0, and then you have to solve by synthetic division, right? So first step is check whether it is given in the form f dy equal to x. Next, consider auxiliary equation f d equal to 0. Second, solve for d. And third is, based on the nature of the roots, you have to write the CF. So just now we saw rules to write CF. So based on the nature of the rules, third one, based on nature, write down the CF. So this is all for rules to find CF. So already I'm going, whatever we are discussing in the session, everything in the form of PDF written notes, I'm providing you in the link. So this was all for today's session. In next session, we are going to solve examples for homogeneous linear differential equations, that is numericals for CF. With this, thank you one and all. Have a good day. Thank you.